Today we're going to go over the private pilot logbook. Okay, so this is what one looks like if you're not familiar. This is where we keep all of our hours. And I'm just going to go in here and just show you how it works. So here we have the date of the flight, then we have the aircraft model, make and model, we have the tail number, then we have departure and arrival. Then we're going to mark if it's a single engine land or a multi-engine. This is aircraft category. Then we're going to see if we had any ground, if it was a ground training. If there was dual receive, that means if you had an instructor with you. Then we have pilot and command hours, daytime hours, nighttime hours, cross country, actual instrument, simulated instrument, instrument procedures, the number of instrument procedures, the number of landings and whether they were day or night, and the total flight time, and some remarks about the lesson. So again, the point of all this is to keep track of your hours and to show what kind of hours that you had. Now it might seem like this is irrelevant, but it's actually very important because not all hours are made equal. Like for instance, let's see on this next page, I think, or maybe this page, I have some in the remarks marked cross country. That's because cross country hours fit into a certain category of, of aeronautical flight. And we want to have certain amount of cross country hours or certain licenses, or when you're going to an employer, they want to see that you had certain hours of cross countries. So we need to know that. So it's very important to mark these kind of special events, I would say. So again, if we go through this, what we're going to do is mark, let's say, the date, the model, which was in this case in a 172. This is the tail number, and our to and from. So if you're going to the same airport, let's say you were doing a lesson or something, or you're just flying around locally, then you just put the same airport for your destination and for your arrival, or for your destination and your departure. Then you're going to mark the single engine land again, and whatever kind of categories it fit into. Was it a daytime or nighttime? How many pilot and command hours and the total time. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to total up all of these numbers. So this is how we keep track of this. Every one of these columns, we're going to write the total amount of hours in each of these columns that you see these numbers in. It'll look like this at the end, and that'll give us the totals, and we can forward those totals that we have, and we're going to forward them to the next page, and then add it all up again, and go to the next page and add this all up again. I'm working on this because, as you can see here, I only have one more line on this other page, and then I'm going to go to the next page. This is the kind of rewarding time of your pilot journey, and is filling in your logbook and calculating all the hours that you've done recently. Sometimes you just go through the motions and start flying, and you don't really keep track of it as well. But once you sit down and do it, then you kind of take note of your progress, and it feels good to see how many hours you've accumulated since the last time you totaled up everything. So I try to make it a habit of doing this at least every page or every 2 pages, whatever the case is, and just keep it updated and consistent so that you're all documented and ready to go. So I'm going to take some time here and add all this up and enjoy the fact that I've got some more hours than I did the last time. I'm going to be making a video soon on instrument approaches, because that's something I've been working on, and we'll go over that. Aside from that, I appreciate you watching. Have a good one.